Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, today in this video class we will read a poem from the textbook of class 10th. The name of the poem is An Evening Wet with Rain, written by Vedpal Deep. So, after a gap of near about 15 days, I'm again here with you people. Actually, we are teaching you through community classes. We are taking your community classes. So, my dear students, today we are going to discuss or read a poem from the textbook of class 10th. The name of the poem is An Evening Wet with Rain, written by Vedpal Deep. The poem An Evening Wet with Rain. Let's have a look on the introduction of the poem, brief introduction. The poet reproduces the atmosphere of an evening that was wet with rain. The poet was walking through a land. Everything was wet with rain. The poet was in a sad and depressed mood. He had lost all hope in the evening of his life. He did not know whether he should stop walking or keep going in the rain and wafting with wind. Water was seeping through his shoes. He was feeling heavy in his eyes. It could be due to sleep or fever. All around there was perfect silence. Memories of childhood began to flood the poet's mind. He reminds of the time when he used to stand in the courtyard listening to the sounds of the simplest. He knows that his days are numbered, so he has left himself to his fate. So, my dear kids, the poem An Evening Wet with Rain is written by Vedpal Deep, famous Dogri writer. Here the poet reflects an atmosphere of the complete silence. To heighten the effects of silence and solitude, the poet draws the numerous images from nature. The poet is in desperate mood. He regrets that the days gone by do not return. So here, in the first line of the poem is An evening wet with rain, as I walk through the land, the heart beckons the hands to hold them with love. The mind also knows subtle signals of the breeze. Should I stand on the ground or waft with the wind? Here from line 1st to 5th. On an evening, the poet is walking through the land which is wet with rain. The poet is lost in the memories of his childhood days when he was free without any burden of anxieties, worries, and when he had not to shoulder any responsibility. Now the poet is burdened with the responsibilities and worries, so he beckons the hands of his companion. So he asks for the hand of his companion. His mind knows that the gentle breeze are signaling him to go and be nearer to his companion and hold his companion's hand with love. The poet appears astounded, confused. He does not know whether he should stand on the ground and take a scroll down memory lane or allow himself to move with the air. So in the first line, it's an evening that is wet with rain. The poet is walking through a land. He has some companions with him. His heart wants his companion to hold his hand with love. Both the poet's heart and his mind have grown weak. His mind knows that only a gentle breeze is blowing and won't do him much harm. So he can't decide whether he should stop walking or keep going, wafting with the wind. So then from line 6 to 9. Windows, doors, awnings of the house are wet. Cool breeze stir the leaves of the yonder banyan tree. The collar of my coat is also wet with drops of rain. All around reigns silence. The poet here says, windows, doors, sheets of canvas, all are wet with rain. The leaves of the banyan tree standing at a distance stare, owing to the cold breezes. Only the sounds of the movements of leaves is audible. The collar of the poet's coat, is also wet with the drops of rain. Then the poet says, my feet are cold with water seeping through my shoes. My eyes are heavy with sleep, or is it fever? The ground is very slippery. There is no place to stand. The mind is exhausted. Looks for some spot to rest. So here the poet says, the poet's feet have gone cold due to the water percolating through his shoes. The poet's eyes are heavy with sleep, or there is feeling feverish because he is tired. His eyes and body specifically feels feverish. He feels the ground under his feet slippery. He could not find any place to stand. He is worn out and his mind is completely tired, so he is looking for some place to rest. Here, from 6 to 30 lines of this poem, An Evening Wet with Rain, the poet says, due to the rain, everything is wet. Windows, doors, and awnings of the house are all wet. The poet sees a banyan tree at some distance. The cool breeze are stirring its leaves. The collar of the poet's coat has also become wet with the drops of rain. There is complete silence all around. The poet is feeling cold in his coat. Water is seeping through his shoes. He is feeling heavy in his eyes also. It could be due to sleep or fever. The ground has become slippery. There is no place to stand and save himself from the rain. The poet feels exhausted in his mind. He looks for some place where he can sit and rest. Dear students, the poem has some more couplets which we will discuss in our next video class, because it should not go beyond 10 to 15 minutes. So dear students, in the next video class we will surely try to go through